we're gonna do the same thing that we always do, which is we open the page, we make sure that it's RGB, letter size, and we're gonna save as, come on, save as, and we always discuss this, which is I'm gonna put my name, and I'm gonna put shirt. Actually, no, let's put button down. No, sorry guys, striped shirt. Let's put striped shirt because we're gonna do stripes. So now what we're gonna do then is right here, this one. You should have downloaded this from Brightspace. And we just drag it in, or if you have a PC, go to File, go to Place, go to Documents, and go wherever you downloaded the file to, and open it. And you just place it and you click. There you go. Done. Okay. So make it smaller. I also need my croquis right here. Done. So that's how we always start. The good news about today's demo, I'm showing you how to do a color, but I am not necessarily telling you to do the same exact button down to make it simpler for everybody. I was looking at everyone's collections. Not everyone is gonna need a button down, okay? It's up to you what you make of it, but I do need to, for the homework, I do need to see a color, meaning a turtleneck color, a normal shirt color, a mandarin color, a Peter Pan color. There's so many out there, okay? But I need to see a color on the neckline, a ruffle color. Do whatever you want, I just need a color. Why am I being so pushy about a color? You'll understand now in a bit. So usually I click on my croquis and I make the opacity. If I click on my croquis, you should be able to see the top of your menu have options, and one of them is opacity. I'm just gonna make it 50%. Now, if you don't see this because your window display is not correct, so you go to Workspace, you go to Windows, you go to Workspace, you go to Essentials Classic, and that's how you see the top options, okay? We're still gonna work in layers just because it's easier for now. We're gonna add a layer, go to your layer page. If you don't have your layer window, you go to Windows, and you click on layers. Now, the layer section is open. At the bottom, you'll see a little bit of a plus sign, and you click on it to create another layer on top. We have been doing this for at least 5 classes, so we're kind of familiar with this part. Okay. Now, I need to have guidelines for rulers, so what we're gonna do is Command R or Control R. If you don't know how to do it, we're gonna go to View, and we're gonna show rulers. And here you go. That's where you go, okay? We are just gonna do colors today, so we're gonna make a center, everything symmetrical right now for us, so we don't have to worry about asymmetrical. We're only gonna work on one side. We work everything in one side today, okay? So we're gonna lock the bottom layer. Now, the thing about colors, guys, everything goes around the body. If you take an illustration or sketching, you know nothing is flat. Nothing's gonna, look at me, guys, nothing's gonna be like this, flat. You see this? The color goes around your body. Like, it goes around, it has height. That's how it's made, okay? So that's what we need to convey. So I'm just gonna draw, I'm gonna put my pen tool, and I'm gonna start from the neck. I'm gonna go out a little bit, because remember, it's around the body. I'm not putting so close to my neckline. Even you can check any of your shirts, and you will notice there's a space between the neck and the collar. because you need to breathe. Okay? So that's one. Now I go down because look at my color again. This is not really close, so close to my neckline. It's going a little bit away. If you get to a point, I think a lot of you are in pattern making at this point or taking pattern making, so you'll know how to do a color from scratch. Now, we're only focusing on the outside, so we click down. I'm not all the way to my neckline, to my shoulder, and I just go down a little bit. Why? You see there's overlapping. It's on top of my shoulder. This is not the same. This is a separate piece, okay? This is, oh, I'm glad I wore this. I didn't realize that. But anyways, you see how it is. Even the picture that I gave you, you can see there's an overlap, okay? Now we go down the shoulder. Well, hold on, is this, I'm not necessarily sketching this, but I could. Let's do a drop shoulder today. Let's do a real, what does a drop shoulder mean? What I have is a drop shoulder. Remember how we stopped everything here? That's a regular shoulder. That's an armhole on top. That's very fitted. This is very loose, relaxed fit. So you move your shoulder down. So that's what we're doing. But you can see the roundness to it. It's not so sharp. We used to do very sharp angles, correct? This shoulder is loose, easy. So what we're gonna do is just go all as far out as we can, and we're just gonna round it out. And that's it, and we just bring it in. Now, I'm debating if I wanna do a long sleeve for you guys right now. We don't have to, it's okay. So I'm just gonna do a short sleeve. It's okay. You can do whatever you want. You can make it a long sleeve, you can make it a short sleeve, you can make it a cuff. I can even draw the cuff on the other side if I wanted to. Okay, so we go up and down. You can see this shirt. There's no shaping, it's just straight. So we're just gonna follow the hips. We're just gonna go out and we're just gonna chair tail. A chair tail is the roundness of, that's a chair tail. Some button downs have a straight hem, some button downs have a chair tail. That means the roundness. And it just looks better. They do that because you can wear untucked. Everything's thought out. So most people don't tuck their shirts, right? And nowadays most don't, unless you're in corporate, and that's different. So there you go. So we go here and we round it out, we click and drag, done. Believe it or not, we're basically done with this. I'm showing you how to draw a color. I am now with my direct select tool because look at my lines that were overlapping, they were not pretty. I'm selecting with my direct select tool, which is A for shortcut. And I'm just clicking on the dots that I think need revisions. Same thing here. That looks really narrow. So I'm just gonna make it a little wider. Doop, doop, done. This one, maybe you see the little, maybe roundedness. All right. I have around the body. Let's bring this line all the way to center front, which is the center. So you can see it goes around the body on me right now. But do you guys, if I lift it, do you see that I have an under color? This is instant color. So for fashion design, if you're doing a real button down and you don't want to cut corners, you do a color and a stem color. Why? It gives better shape. It actually stands out more. It has better construction, and that's why you have an extra button here. For men's wear, this is what they have all the time. Why? Because when they wear ties, they also give themselves enough space for ties. Okay? You'll get to it one day when you go into pattern making if you haven't. Okay. So why am I so persistent and you continuing the line giving this? You know why? If we zoom in, I'm gonna change my stroke to 0.75. I am not connecting the inside. I'm not going like this. Do you see the difference? I am not doing that. Why? Because I'm going around the body. That just looks like the color is connected to the back. Exactly. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna start off from the inside, leaving some space, and going all the way to my neck seam. That's why now we can see the neck seam, and that looks more like a color. Okay? It's going around the body, guys. So then we go into, let's make it into a 0.5. Now, I feel like, okay, this shape looks a little weird. I can always change it with my direct selection tool, just slightly, maybe. There you go. And then I create this one, not to worry. And then I just go here and here. This is when I start thinking, okay, once again, this comes into design. How wide do I want my color? Do I want it to be pointy? I know some of you, I think this year was very 70s. That was really pointy. I'm not into really pointy colors. So, or you want like a minimal point or wide. You can bring it here and that's it. You can change also, remember we can change the roundness of our stroke. Before it was very pointy and to edge. You can go to your stroke and just change it to be rounded and it looks softer, I think. Now, maybe this line you don't like that much. Maybe you want it to be very rounded. You can do whatever you like. There you go, it looks a little better. Just by changing that line, it looks softer, correct? Fine. Now we're gonna add the undercolor. The undercolor is really easy because you don't see the entire undercolor. The stem color is just that little, you see this tiny, it's like usually it's no more than an inch in height. So then what you're gonna do is just draw it, the little peeking out, because you only see in the front, not in the back. You can see in the inside, so then we peek out, and that's it. But remember, does anyone remember what I said about buttons and placements of buttons? Kinda. So, for a garment, where are your buttons? Yes, but where? Exactly. Is it center? Exactly, you got it. So, in reality, the center of your buttons is the center of your garment. It is not this edge. Think about it, because not your buttons will look crooked. So that's what you need to keep in mind. If I'm drawing the stem color, then I know there's a button here. That's what I meant. Now we're gonna do a line down because there's an opening there. And that's it. Now after this, we're gonna add seams. So since I dropped the shoulder, my armhole seam is very different. It's gonna go from at least 3 inches. When I say 3 inches, I mean not in the sketch. I mean 3 inches overall in scale. So then we go here. That's it. You see, like this seam is just straight. It's not, there's no curve to it, barely any. But that's when you get into it, okay? Barely any. Look, it's just straight. It just goes down. And then we, yes.
How far did your center go down?
Which center?
The center, like the line that you did.
Oh, all the way to my hem. Yes, because this is a button now. So then we're gonna do a forward shoulder, and we do forward shoulders. That's more on the construction side of things, guys. It's just forward shoulders help not everything to balance the garment, because sometimes the fabric is so heavy. It just helps reinforce your shoulders, because think about it, everything that you wear has to be in your shoulders. So your shoulders are the ones carrying the most weight when you move around your hands and arms. So that's why we're doing a forward shoulder. You don't have to, it's up to you. But like I said, so far so good. I can do everyone remembers how to top stitch, correct? That one, so I'm just gonna do top stitching right now. I'm just gonna duplicate my lines with pressing Option or Alt in PCs and put dash. Oh, let me change my dash in my stroke. It's 5 to 4. Let's see that. Oh, that's too big. Yeah, that's so big. So let's do 1 to 2. There you go. And I can maybe do 0.15. That's fine. This is a fancy woven shirt. It's just a basic woven shirt. It's no, you can do what you want. I'll put like a little hem here. There you go. I want you to just to practice on how to create colors. Now, once we have all of these, we're gonna go and we don't need the bottom layer anymore. So I'm just gonna take it out so you guys can see it. What I do need is the wrinklies. So what we can do is, I can draw the wrinklies with my pen, and remember, if this is dash, I take out the dash. I can go to a different profile at the bottom to make it more skinny. You see, like, has a little point and everything. And then we're just gonna take it, select it, go to our reflect tool, which is underneath a rotate tool, copy it, and we place it. Now, we notice that when we copy one section, we see two doubles of things. Just erase it. Just select it and erase it. Very basic shirt right here. But what am I missing? The color looks a little weird. Why? What am I missing in the inside? Yes, you got it. It's the seam inside. Because if I don't put the seam inside, then it looks weird. It looks like it's floating. So not only is it one, it's two seams. Because just like our front showed us, you see that's like just like a front show, it has 1 and 2 seams. That's it. And what a difference that makes. Let's pretend.
I can't get off this right.
It's okay, I'll be right there. Let's pretend this is, oh, thank you, Milo. Let's pretend this is pretty okay now. I just want you to practice how to do a color. Remember, it's not joining, it is not joining, this line is not here. No, it goes around the body, okay? This is just a review of what we can do. You can, if you guys want, oh, sorry. If you guys want, you can do a long sleeve if you want to. I just want you to start practicing this, okay? Because now, yeah. Yes, we can. Oh, hold on, where's my layers? There's the croquis. Because the next demo will be adding stripes, but I'll show you how to do that in a bit. All right, so let me add the croquis and try to get here. You don't have to have buttons. We'll pretend the buttons are hidden buttons. Okay? There's such a thing as hidden buttons, guys. And then, if that's a hidden button, then we're gonna put top stitch here. Just to make it easier for us, let's not put buttons today. There you go. Actually, we could. Just this one has a button. But it's okay. We're gonna do very easy button. Just 25. Reminder what the metals are in window. You don't have to put the button. I just want you to practice more on the color side and how to do a rounded shoulder. Okay. And then we go into gradients. We go into metals. And we go here. Oh, actually, there you go. Done. This is good for now. I'm gonna leave the screen just like this so you guys can see it.